Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match here on the map, Dual Gap. You love it, you hate it, you love to hate it, you hate to love it. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 on the west side, ending with Team 2 on the east side. Starting off with the north half, I should say, of Team 1 in forest green, we have the best color and faction combination in all of Supreme Commander. It is the UEF in forest green, as played by Little Sid Little. He is a 2300. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. To his south, we have in Stitch Blue Fufu. I think that's how you say that. Going to call him Foo for short, like Foo Fighters. He is a Cyber for this match as a 1300. And rounding out Team 1's northern side is Robert, not Robert. It's not Robot, but Robart. I can, again, even if I think I say it right, I still think I say it wrong. He is an orange on the orange as a UEF. He is a 1500. On the southern side for Team 2, starting off with the naval slot, we have Atmosphere as a Seraphim in Pac-Man Yellow as an 1800. Oh, and by the way, Little Sid Little's in the air slot in the north, and both Fu and Robert are in the land slots for the northern side. Starting off here, we also have Buraska. He is a Seraphim for this match in the Eco slot in Snow White as a 1500. And the southern air player for Team 2 in Imperial Grey is Analyze Noob. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1700. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have 2 Seraphim, 2 Cybern, 2 UEF. Team 1 does not have Aeon technology. Starting off with Team 2's northern side, in the northern air slot, we have in Batman Gray Marsh as the one of the 2 Aeons on this match. He is a 2100. He's the highest ranked player on Team 2. And next door to him, we have like Busa or Bossa or Boss NASA or whatever. We have a UEF player. He is in Ruby Red. Again, he is a 1200. And rounding out Team 2's northern side in Emerald Green is the Cyber player of Sui. He is an 1800. And again, he is in the southern land slot for Team 2. On the southern side here for Team 2, we have in Chevy Crimson Doshka. He is a Seraphim for this match in the naval slot. He is a 2000 rated. In the eco slot for Team 2, we have in Glow in the Dark Green, as I just completely fumbled that name. He is Overwolf. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1500. And rounding out Team 2's lineup, we have in Light Oak Tan Prig, something like that. He is a Cybern for this match as a 1500. Over Team 2 side of the map, overall, they have 2 Cyberns, 1 Seraphim, 2 Aeons, 1 UEF. So Team 2 has all of the factions represented on their side of the map. Team 1 is lacking the Aeon faction. And of course, with Dual Gap, this is a not match made, but map generated map. So all of the mexes, of course, are in their same positions as they always are. There are, of course, lots of mexes to grab in the middle. And of course, lots of rocks to grab on the shorelines for the players to, again, scale their ecos a lot better. Of course, we also have some mexes down here in the pond with a couple of units now raiding around this nice little frigate. He's about to get a kill on that nice little bomber here. That bomber does get out of range and just gets annihilated by those interceptors. It looks like it's only going to be, of course, the typical land strategy, besides the fact that Team 2's Ruby Red player of Like Bossa is not on the front lines. We actually see that Fu is making his way to the middle, but he did not move with his team of Robert, deciding to stay in his base a little while longer. We don't see any movement out of yet from Team 2. Looks like he's just going to sit here and help assist his mexes to get to T2. But I don't know if he'll go to the front lines, which will give Team 1 a slight advantage in that regard. And speaking of Team 1, Robert going for the gun damage range upgrade. Currently sitting at 32%. And of course, one of the reasons why I casted this game, not only because it's been a while since I've casted a dual gap game, but because there is a 2000 rated, a 2100, and a 2300 in this game. So I thought, why not? This game is a little bit over an hour long as well, so it is going to be an epic on Dual Gap with a decent amount of these 2,000 plus rated players. So I thought, why the heck not? And it's on a Sunday. Nice little time to kick back, relax, and of course enjoy the show. Do we have any spicy plays emerging? Not yet here for either team. We're only in 6.5 minutes. Unless you watched yesterday's video, that game was spicy. Very, very spicy / salty, depending on what phrase you want to use. I think it was more spicy than salty, but that's just me. For reasons that I will not divulge until you watch the game, then you know what I am talking about. Gun has been started here for Sweet. Gun has been started here for Fu in the middle. We do see that with the gun upgrade on board now for Robert. He's pushing into Team 2 side of the map. Neither team going for the middle mexes as of yet, but with this now momentum shifting for Team 1, I wouldn't be surprised if there's already engineers moving in to grab said mexes. There are a lot of Team 1 units online here for Like Bossa, but unfortunately his comm is not here, which means it'll put Team 2 at a slight disadvantage in the comm on comm action department. We do have a decent amount of subs running around the southern side here for Dushka, going after all of the subs for Team 1. So again, just fighting torpedo v torpedo in that regard. There are no frontline facilities online for him, but there are a couple of these torp launchers to assist with defenses of these mexes. He spent the mass for him, and he's going to keep them as long as possible. Unfortunately, there are some bombers stacking up. The T2 torp bomber here for Prig. I don't know. I don't know if I can say his name correctly. We do see Robert not being swarmed by those Team 1 units I stated earlier. He's trying to do his best to get to the water. Unfortunately for him, there are some subs running around, so if Team 2's naval player of Dushka is paying attention to the land side of things, he could get a kill here. Robert dropping pretty low, about to get into the red here. Of course, he is sitting at 1 star of urgency, and he's about to tick over into 2. If he can get a couple more kills, he might be saved. Will his head get underneath the surface in time? 1,300 hit points. And he'll make it out of dodge and just make his way westward. Navy kill says Sui. He's like, hey, come here and get this kill in the southwest. Team 1's atmosphere almost wiped out by those bombers. There was almost a double kill here for Team 1. Or sorry, for Team 2 on Team 1. But both of those players got out of dodge, whether it be from water to land or land to water. We do see that Sweet trying to, again, keep Team 1's Robert out of the land, so that way Team 2's Navy can come in and finish him off. Bombers nowhere in sight here. Going after all of the mechs is definitely unfortunate for Team 2. There's an easy kill to grab, and that's not really looking good. Sweet trying to catch up to Robert. Of course, Robert only at 2,000 hit points remaining. He only repped up about 700 or 600 or so not a whole lot there, but he is going to get some veterancy here shortly. So it'll get him a nice chunk of hit points to boot. Now he's back in the yellow, and he's out of danger for now. Gunship online for Team 2's air player of Prig, and he might get the kill on Atmosphere. Atmosphere trying to get out of range. There is an AA unit nearby. The AA unit kills off the gunship. Another one is inbound, though, and that will be the nail in the coffin for Atmosphere. There's no way he can survive that. There he goes. That is the first kill of the game here at almost 10.5 minutes, and there goes Marsh. Boom. Yep. And no, you have to say it right. It is kaboom. There you go. Got to say the cut in front of it and then really just enunciate that boom. Got to drop that bass with that boom. Anyway, his naval position is now completely wiped out. It is a no-share game. No soup for you. No extra mexes. No nothing. Go reclaim those mexes, Team 1. And maybe that'll be a good thing for Team 1. Maybe it won't. But, of course, it will buy Team 2 a little bit of time to get their Navy up in line, get up to T2, maybe T3. I'd say T3 is a little bit ambitious in that regard, but he already has, of course, most of the water, almost all of it, already under lock and key, so maybe he will be able to go for T3 quite easily here. Sweet, now in the water being like, I'm out of here, land is not profitable anymore. We do see that Robert underneath some shield coverage, and Fu coming in to defend his teammate. Definitely unfortunate here for Team 1 losing their naval player, especially with all of this Navy pressure now. With no stoppage, we do see that Fu is actually getting into the Navy right now. Does have a Team 1 naval facility. Better than nothing, I will say. And we do see that the eco player of Boruska moving in to claim and cannibalize all of those mexes. He's going for ARAS right now. He's currently sitting at 136 mass per second. His opponent, his mirror of Overwolf, going at almost 200 mass per second. So he's really scaling as well. We could see, I like how there's almost room for an air facility, but not. Of course, he probably got rid of it. That's probably what it was, and then built those mass storages on top of the carcass. Sui now back over here defending his front line. Where you see some missile launchers online peppering Team 2's like Bossa's land facilities here. Unfortunately, there's no adjacency bonuses because they're nearby any pigeons or mexes. Just raw, unfiltered UEF construction. PD online behind the missile launcher, so while the Team 1 unit's trying to make a play for those missile launchers, they get denied. The tickle cannons of the Cerberus, the Siren faction. Not great for a lot of things, but they are good for one thing, taking out T1 units and weak T2 units. There are some weaker T2 units, to be fair, like the Hoplite, for example, or the Mongoose, but both have decent range, so it's kind of a back and forth. You can make Atlantis, says Lil Sid Little. I'm talking about Boraska, I think is what that's referencing. I don't see a UEF engineer as of yet. Maybe he got donated over. Oh, there's a Cybern one here for him. And there's the UEF one right here. So he has Cybern tech and he has UEF tech. So hives, drones, Atlantises, all at his fingertips. He doesn't have, of course, the Salvations or the Mercies. Granted, no one really makes Mercies anymore, but, you know, there's no Aeons on Team 1, so they can't make them anyways. Left and right drone are now done here for Sui. Not Sui, for Little. That's the other green player in this game. They're sitting on this little shoulder like the Angel and the Devil. I think my favorite iteration of that is Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. That whole dynamic between the Angel version of him and the Devil version of him, especially towards the end of the movie, is very, very funny. I can just picture in my mind the scene where they're in the laboratory. And he's he's not doing push-ups. I think he's doing a handstand, and then he's doing like those like handstand push-ups, I guess is what you would call them. Very, very entertaining. Very, very funny movie. It's probably one of my favorite of all time. It's so absurd. I love it. It's great. Anyway, in the water situation here, Team 1 pushing back with those torp bombers, doing as much as they can to slow down Team 2's aggression in the naval department. Granted, there's not as much momentum in that direction now. There's a cruiser online because there's a T2 naval facility very far forward as well with some cruisers as well. But not that many online. Team 1 has a decent amount of air power. Team 2 possibly lost an air fight. If I did miss it, I apologize. If I didn't miss it, I didn't miss it. So there's that. But look at this. All of that red is being eaten away by those bombers. Actually, some bombers inbound from Low Said Little as well, assisting Analyze Noob, going after all of these facilities. Team 1AA trying to be spammed up, but I don't think it'll really matter. Because once all the facilities are down, then they'll turn towards the T2 mexes that are sitting right next door as well, and that'll be nice damage on the eco side of things for Team 1. In terms of eco, look at this expansionary effort by Overwolf, sitting at 217 mass per second. He's being beat by his opponent Boraska, partly due to the fact that Boraska now has another base to call his own. He actually has some PD on the shoreline to protect against any sort of incoming destroyers or other units from Team 2's Navy. Team 1 has T2 Navy in the form of Fu and in the form of Robert. They've done a decent job of pushing back the land side of things, so they're like, well, we'll transition to Navy because why not? And of course, we see the Atlantis, the torpedo that looks like a sub, or the sub that looks like a torpedo, or one of the other things, or a sub that looks like a rocket. I mean, I guess a torpedo technically is just a rocket underwater. So I guess it's kind of just the same thing. Anyway, it's just it's a simple design, but I think it does do a great job of illustrating just the nonsense of, oh, we'll put an aircraft carrier underwater, because why not? Why not build that? And then, of course, the Aeons have the battleship that can produce other units, and then you have the Donut that can produce other units. I don't think the Seraphim have anything that can produce units on board. The UEF have the Fat Boy that can produce units on board, and the Crab can produce units, technically with those little eggs that it can spawn. I think that's all the experimentals that can produce units. Yeah, the Seraphim don't have one of those. They have the Chicken, they have the Awasa Bomber, and they have the YOLO. Don't think they have anything else. No, I think that's it. So no. Not that much here for the Seraphim. But they do, of course, have a lot of other juicy, juicy toys, like the attack missile cruiser, which is very annoying to deal with, I might add. Even if you're UEF, it's still annoying. Robert pushing in, going after these units. There's a lot of PD building for him as well. Of course, shields. They're just going to, again, poke and force Team 2 Sui back. Sui on the front lines with a T3 land facility. His headquarters very far forward. Not super dangerous as of yet for him to lose it. He does have, of course, some missiles bombarding him to the north, and possibly artillery maybe shortly here from Team 1. Wilbert pushing in once again. Of course, last time he did this, he almost died. But with the missile threat to the north and bricks coming in to assist, I think it's going to be very beneficial for him. A lot of AA, of course, down here as well for Sui, so he's going to lose that, and that's not going to feel good. He had a nice little trebuchet there. That's dead now. Team 2's Navy being a little bit forced back by Team 1's Navy now. And we see some destroyers online in the form of some Salems and some Valiants. Of course, the Salems can walk on land. I was going to say walk on water, but they float. Boats float. That's the thing that boats do, is that they float. Or if you've watched How I Met Your Mother, boats, boats, boats. Don't remember what season that's from, but it is from the show. Anyway. The Atlantis is now done. The second one is under construction. Drones coming in to assist. Is he going to build something spicy over here? I don't know. And he's continuing to charge against Team 2's Sui. Well, not him specifically, but Team 1 is. And actually getting past Sui and going into his base. A couple of gunships coming online here for Like Bossa. He's in the air department as well. So 3 air players so far for Team 2. And a nuke has been started by the eco player here of Team 2. It is Overwolf. And we'll see if Team 1 notices that. If not, that's not going to be a good day. SMD is built, though, so that probably will finish in time. We do see, of course, the Atlantis is online. Another one actually transferred over to Team 1's Robert. I think that's not the second one yet, because the second one's right there. That one's almost done as well. That's pushing in. Not going to have a fun time in that regard. Gunships in the middle here for Team 2's Like Bossa, pushing back against the land incursions. We did take a decent amount of damage, but he has nano and he has 4-star efficiency, so he should be fine unless he just gets steamrolled by some bricks from Team 1 or some Perseus. But I don't see any Perseus online for Team 1 as of yet, so I don't think that's really on the cards. But Oscar builds an experimental. It is another Atlantis, so that is the second one now online. Team 2 does not have T3 Navy online, so that will be a huge win for Team 1 if they can keep the bombers out, in terms of the torp bombers out of the nonsense that is just ripping apart those subs, or the torpedoes that look like rockets, that look like subs, that look like everything else in this game. Got the recording and the moment when you are halfway through or a little bit ways through a cast and you go, have you casted this game before? Have I done this? And then you freak out and you pause the recording and go check and you're like, no, I couldn't have done that. So this, for some reason I was having flashbacks to another game I casted a while ago, of course on this map, and I was like, I think it's progressing the same way as the last one. It was not. It was not the same game. So luckily it is not going to be a repeat. So that's why there's like a little cut in the video there, just because I was like, oh no. It's like you left the oven on, the lights on or something, and you're like, oh no. So I do apologize for that little jump there. Team 1 sitting at 5 players left, only losing Atmosphere. Team 2 has not lost a player. It is a 5v6 game here at 21.5 minutes. Team 2 sitting at 1.4k mass income. Team 1 sitting at 1.4. Actually, Team 2 at 1.6. Excuse me, I just said 1.4. 1.8. The number keeps going up. Is the number going to stay stable? No, it's not. So I'm just going to say 1.4 for each of them and call it a day. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as I'm watching and talking about what's going on with the game overall, there are strat bombers inbound for Team 1's Little Sid Little, going after possibly the eco player, possibly the nuke, possibly both, possibly neither. That nuke is not shielded. Definitely a big mistake there from Team 2's eco player. Another bomb dropped, and there goes the cascade. Kaboom! That deserved a kaboom. Everything is gone. There's no hopes of that nuke launching anytime soon. Devastating here, and Overwolf on top of that is receiving shots, and that's gotta hurt. Oof, that's a oof there. Not even one shield. I get it. It's mass and energy you don't want to spend, but that is not great. Not great for Team 2. That would have been a great move. It probably would have taken out the land thing, the land side of things for Team 1. That's really about it. You see that the air fight looks like it did happen, and kind of even here. ASF sitting on the ground here for Team 1. Not really the best situation given there's ASFs for Team 2 nearby, but it looks like there's not that many. And then that's me remembering, oh yeah, there's Imperial Grey on Team 1 and Batman Grey on Team 2. That doesn't help the situation in terms of tracking who's who. The Team 1 is definitely in the lead for the air control. Monkey through the middle here for Team 2. Sweet pushing back at the UEF and Cybran forces on Team 1. And those two torpedo-shaped, rocket-shaped subs, giant nonsense in the water being shot at by T1 subs, shot at by T2 torp bombers, shot at by T2 destroyers. And now all Team 2 has to produce are the T3 oh shoot, what are they called? The Yassaus, and just pump out torpedoes constantly in the west. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I was waiting for. Team 1 producing a game ender. It is my favorite of all four of them, the Mavor T4 artillery. It's not looking good here for Team 2. If that thing builds and finishes, it is not a great day here for Team 2. Team 2 is in a, not to say bad way, but that nuke going down is not great. More air grid, more air grid, more air grid. Another expansion here for Team 2 is like Bossa. So three air players, possibly a fourth, probably not, because he's focused on eco. And that, not great situation here for Team 1's Atlantis. The blue one for Fu got taken out. Atlantis for Team 1's Robert is in full retreat. A battleship now online for Fu, so he'll replace the sub with a battleship. Not the best trade, but a decent one, I'd say. This Atlantis is almost done. Another one going to be started here shortly. He's producing a Mavor. He's producing Atlantis. He's producing a whole bunch of nonsense. And he's producing his own backup SMD and another one. Love to see that for Team 1. Because just in case, for some strange reason, Analyze Noob just gets annihilated and his SMD goes down, that could be very deadly for Team 1. Especially with building that Mavor gunships online. Possibly going to be shot at by the ASFs for Team 1 and Team 2. Oh, sorry, from Team 2. Team 1 doesn't have that many with 3 air players. They're going to get outnumbered significantly. There goes the huge air fight, a battle of 5 air forces, and Team 1 loses it. I mean, just mainly due to the fact that there were 3 air forces and Team 1 only had 2. And they came at that grouping one by one. And airlocking will commence for Team 2 against Team 1. Of course, they'll see in the Mavor if they haven't noticed it already. There is some assistance from some SACUs from Analyze Noob. Love to see that. He's sharing the wealth, sharing the eco, getting that artillery online sooner rather than later is always a good thing. I do, of course, love down here. There's the Seraphim Shield for Prig to assist with defending his Mats Fabs and, of course, his P-Gens, or at least some of them, and that air facility. T3 Air is online, so 4 air players for Team 2. Torpedo? What? Torpedo? Why are you building Torpedo, Prig? Why? Why would you? Why? What? Did he build the wrong thing? Where's he going with that commander? I'm confused. Why are you going over here? Oh, he's just going to pretend. Okay. I was like, if he's going to send that to the front line, that is not a great idea, but he's just going to put it over in the customary sit your calm on the water and have a nice day kind of thing. Well, inside of here for Team 1, any spicy plays? Not of any consequence. Very standard operation for those situations and locations. Lots of mass fabs being built to the northeast as well. Gun ships just kill game ender, says Lil Sid Little. Little Little's on team. What is it? What? Oh, gunships just killed Ender. Okay. He's talking about, I guess, don't build them. Build AA. Over there. Little Little trying to help direct his teammates. That artillery is almost done for Team 1. 30 minutes, not even going to tick over, and that thing's going to be finished. Huge win here for Team 1 in terms of getting that thing online sooner rather than later. T3 Torp Bombers are inbound. I feel like there are a death to some Atlantises here for Team 1. And they are going for the Calm of Fu. Bombs will drop. Bombs will not get there in time. It takes a second for them to actually deploy because they drop straight down and then engage. Lots of AA here for Little. Going to stop any sort of aggression here from Team 2. There's a large group of forces inbound. Gunships as well as destroyers. Another sub experimental taken out. Team 2 still has air control. Strat bombers are inbound, though. This is not going to be... No, maybe not. The artillery is launching for Team 1's game ender of the Mavor shields. Are you going to hold up to the firepower of that magnitude? Let's slow it down to +1 and get a nice little action shot. There we go. They are inbound. That artillery is built. It is on its way. Not artillery, sorry. It's... bombs are on their way. Will they crack the shielding? Oh, shielding is not cracked. Is it going to be enough to hold? Nice little bubble comm here. Another nice little SACU bubble. Most of those trap bombers have been ripped apart. There's still a few remaining, though. Oh, it's not going to be enough, though. You need at least 1 or 2 more. Bomb will hit a PGen, but not do that much damage. Very, very close, but very unfortunate. Like there's one strap bomber back here too, but it's not going to get anywhere. I think the best thing to do would go after the Mats Fabs. It's still sitting there. Satellite has been started here by Boraska, because why not at this point? The air grid is being depleted here for Team 2's Marsh in the southeast. We see possibly a spicy situation. Lots of hives, shields, air grid, Is there going to be a Paragon? Oh, please tell me there's going to be a Paragon over there. That would be lovely. I haven't seen one of those in a while. And look at this. Team 2 winning Navy quite handedly, but Team 1 is turtling quite hard, and it's working so far. Looks like the artillery now tasked to go after this position here for Prig. Again, not going to feel good here shortly. That artillery is going to pierce a lot of shielding. Oh, no. Is it targeting him? No, it is. Okay, it just looked like it was targeting Overwolf. Are you going to build it? He's going to sit there. You're going to stare at the ground there. You're going to build it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Build it. I want to see it. Build it. Oh, it'll impact the shielding for this T3 heavy shield for the Seraphim side of things. Oh, there goes the PGen. Sinks out half of that grid and some of those Mats Fabs. Oh, that was a not great landing zone for that artillery, that's for sure. Another one inbound going to hit, take out some of that reclaim. Another shield trying to be built, but there comes the other shot. Takes out the T3 air facility headquarters for Prig. He has a secondary one, but it's a Seraphim one, so he loses access to all the Cybran T3 air. Still, one more shot will take out the rest of that grid, but just not going as far south as that artillery would like for Team 1. Satellite is half done. Another satellite has been started, and it's going to be just a Seraphim shield, Cybran shield, because why not, and UEF game ender. Oh, there goes this air grid over here. That's not going to feel good. Oh, there goes the PGens. Not great. More strap bombers built. Another PGen going to go down. Ping's going down saying, hey, there's something going on here. Hey, do something. Hey, there's a thing. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. It is not looking good here for Team 2. For the long term, lots of Yasas online. Very good counter to the everything for Team 1, especially with those Atlantises. So many torpedoes. So many. We have a couple of ACUs running around here for Little, going for TMD protection as well as protecting that fat boy here for Robert. Still no big ticket item here for Team 1. Oh, it does look like an artillery was starting with... Nah, it's fine. They have a game editor. We'll deal with that later. And Little starting a satellite as we speak. Of course, we kind of see the conglomeration of all of the everything for the northern side. That's pretty much what happens on that side. You just kind of form one base in the midst of 3 bases. Just an infinite city kind of thing. Second satellite online. Those are now being spammed up very quickly. Oh, here's an idea. Why don't you just ring satellites with artillery? Because that's always a fun time here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that nonsense. Look at it. Machines making machines. How perverse. Oh, that Mavor is so fun to watch just fire. Oh, look, the shielded position here for Team 2's Overwolf. That's not feeling good. Lots of hives will keep it online, though. He's building strap bombers. I don't know what he's going to do with that. Satellite overhead, that's not going to help things. The air grid here for Prig is down. Half of that position's gone. The air grid up here is recovering, but is not great. And the air grid is decently spread out here for Lake Bassa as well. Lots of PGens here. I don't like how they're in a line. I don't like how they've stopped doing the everything here. They need to be doing more stuff. Another boom happens down here. Going after this section of an air grid here for Overwolf. No air for Team 2. No shields for Team 2. No nothing for Team 2. Team 2 gets nothing. And they will deal with it. Sui, that's why he had nothing building. That was a teleporter now done. Laser started on board that commander who's going for telemaser. I don't think it's a good idea to go for the game raider. That will be an instant death for him. He has to be very, very, very careful. Because if he's not, that is going to be a death. Team 1 loses Fu due to the Yasaus. And so everything that he built immediately transferred over to Boroska to get a little bit boost in eco and pigeons and whatnot. And then it should all blow up here shortly. There it goes. And all of his SACUs as well. Very unfortunate. But again, Team 1 got a little bit more use out of it as he died. And everything in the water is DED. So Team 2 wins Navy once again. But the experimental side of things not doing great. A couple of Team D and some AA up here, as well as a couple of Hathums in the water. Could they be building nukes on board? They could. Are they building nukes? Probably not. Artillery still being launched here by Team 1's Mavor. 36 minutes on the clock, and still Team 2 is not down. There it is. It's not what I wanted to see. I wanted a Paragon, not a YOLO. I mean, I love seeing the YOLO, don't get me wrong, but I want to see a Paragon. Come on, somebody on Team 2, build one. Have the infinite money glitch, why not? Oh, just death and destruction. Sweet teleports in, goes after the air grid for Little. He's gonna die here. He gets barely out of range of those PD. All Team 1 needs to do is just drop a couple of bombs on top of him, or just use the laser that's right next door. Oh, he's right there. He's teleporting out. Will he make it? I don't know. Go here. Oh, where is he going now? Is he going home? He's not. Oh, he's going. Yeah, he's going home. Airfight happens once again. Team 1 has a beautiful engagement. Oh, Sui, how are you not dead? How are you not dead? He got pinged at the last second. It doesn't even matter. He gets out of dodge. He's going to rep up his hit points and go, I'm not doing that again, probably. And artillery now landing on Overwhelp's main position. There is, of course, that YOLO being built over here to the eastern edge. The Mavor has infinite range, so no worry about that. The shields are starting to collapse here for Team 2. Sorry, for Team 1, excuse me. On that front line with all of that artillery bombardment from those naval units. There are gunships inbound, satellites overhead. Team 1 doing everything that they can to keep Team 2 out of the bay. Go! Get out of here. Go away. More shields being built. That one actually didn't finish yet. I do love the everything of the shields over here. I would love to see even more. And Sui has been defeated by Boroska. He got targeted by the Mavor. And after he got out of there, after he teleported out when Team 1 could have killed him with, Team 1 bombers, with a satellite, whatever, he gets hit with a Mavor shot. Oh. I don't know if that's better or worse than being killed by a satellite. I don't know. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if it's better to be killed by a Mavor or be killed by a satellite. I probably know the answer to that question, but I just want to see what your responses are. A couple of fat boys. Do not tell me you're going into the water because you will instantly die. Don't do that. Bad. Another satellite being built here by Team 1's Bodaska. He's just going full UEF. He's a Seraphim cosplaying as a UEF. He's built a Hostue T3 nuke launcher. What more could this guy ask for? He has satellites. He has a game ender. He has a ton of shields. He has a couple of SMDs. SACUs up the wazoo. He has tons of stuff at his disposal. And it's like, I'll build a nuke because why not? 40 minutes on the clock here. Anything spicy in the northeast? Oh, there it is. There it is. Thank you, Marsh. You have at least started it. It actually looks like it's... I don't know how far along that is. It only has 9 hit points. It feels a lot longer than that. There goes that air grid up there to the northeast. I feel like those engineers have been building that for a while, and somebody was probably messaging me like they've been building the Paragon up there to the north. You just have to go look. YOLO down here. All boost max to YOLO says, or mass to YOLO says Sui. So he's like, just build the YOLO. The Paragon is one of those experimentals where it doesn't pay off initially. You have to build it and then use it, and then it really pays off. It's kind of a investment as a way to put it. The infinite money glitch. Yeah, that's oh no. It's not giving me the percentage complete. I mean, I feel like it looks super far along, but maybe I'm just wrong on that. It just looks far along. But artillery is now raining in, going after everything in the north for like bosses. Still only a couple of casualties so far. 41 minutes into this game. Team 1 has lost 2 players. Team 2 has lost 1 player. And wait, hold on. You can... Oh, I guess they've changed that a little bit. Yeah, you can just walk units up there. It used to be you had to send units up. Booms to the east. Those are SACUs, I would presume. The YOLO still doing fine so far. There are bombers inbound for Team 1. There they go, going after all of those Hathums in the water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. All of them could be building a nuke. I don't see any nuke loaded as of yet. But there, of course, there's SMD immediately right next to them, so it wouldn't really do much anyways. The nuke could be used to take out all of I keep on saying artillery, but artillery on the battleships, so technically the battleships. The YOLO has been defeated. No YOLO for you, Team 2. Will you get a Paragon? No. Maybe that's just... Yeah, I feel like it's farther along, but maybe not. Team 1 still holding the line here against all of now the attack missiles and the artillery from those battleships. The Mavor killed off 210,000 mass. Has been alive for more than 10 minutes now. Has 5 satellites flanked next to it, not flanked next to it, or flanking it or whatever. And now we have just more mass FAPs here for Analyze Noob. And yeah, there goes the remainder of that position. More PGens going down. Bank more progress on the Paragon so I can see if it's actually the progress or not. Not YOLO, but Nuke outbound from Team 1's nuke launcher as it gets destroyed, and it's going to land on those Hathums and all those cruisers. I won't see how much mass this thing killed, but it's going to be a decent chunk. Kaboom! Kills off most of those cruisers and helps kill another one of those Hathums. I keep saying artillery for some reason in my head as a Mavor shot comes crashing in. There goes Team 1's player of Analyze Noob by Overwolf. Ooh. Oh, the attack missile snipe from the support SACUs in the south. Very, very bad here for Team 1. And there goes another missile threat inbound. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. Ooh, it's going to be close. Can he get the Mavor? Can he get it? There are some SACUs with some shield presets building some TMD. So double protection on board that artillery piece. Ooh. Ooh. Great sniper by Overwolf. He lost his nuke. He lost the YOLO he was helping to build, but he took out an air player for Team 1. That's huge. Oh, that's just insult. At that point, that's insult to injury. You have strat bombers down here. They've wiped everything else out, and you're going to bring in a Awasa bomber to just wipe that SACU off the map. Yep. Yep, that's what he did. That is exactly what he did. I don't know if that was a... I mean, it's good to take another piece off the board here for Team 2, but Team 1's player of Boraska, who has already cannibalized one base, who has multiple satellites and had a nuke, launched it, doesn't have it anymore, and has a Mavor, can now cannibalize another base. So lots of mass available for Team 1, specifically the southern player of Team 1, currently sitting at, that's a lot of numbers, 600,000 mass on the field. I'd say at least 2/3 of it from the middle over. So Team 1 has a lot of mass to scoop up, but they also have a lot of the nonsense in the middle here. How many of you do you have? You have 11 of the battleships, sorry, 10 battleships, and 6 aircraft carriers. How many cruisers? 30 cruisers. Count it. 31 cruisers. That is a lot. That is a lot. Bombers inbound. It's going to get wiped. It's just going to do some damage. I think the best place to go is just go after the cruisers, call it a day. Bomber's going to turn, instantly just get wiped. Oh, there goes a decent group of cruisers there. It does make it out of dodge, though. Very fortunate here for him, but essentially now immobilized by the amount of HP that it lost. They could just go in for a last kill or last run, but that's it. Satellites now being built by Lil Sid Little. He has one of them over there and 2 more over there. So Team 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 satellites and 2 Fat Boys. Fat Boys on the shoreline fighting battleships. Now I have seen everything. Very, very, very weird game in terms of what's happening right here. Yeah, let's just put a bunch of boats in the little narrow neck of water here, and let's stick some Fat Boys who are very slow but can fire a lot of artillery shells. That's a great idea. Bombers constantly raining in for Team 1. They're taking out more and more of those battleships. If they can get pretty much... There goes that Awasa bomber. It's going in. It will die, but it will not kill any of those units, unfortunately. The satellites trying to just keep Team 1 alive at this point. Their main use of their main attack vectors or main things that they have access to is the Mavor and the satellites. Both those things go down, and Team 2 might win this game. Team 2, how is that Paragon going? It's made more progress. No, that was not a lot more progress than I thought it was. That's just how it looks. I feel like it started a lot lower, though, which is why I'm confused by the way it looks. Anyway, big explosions happening towards my left ear, so something happened over here. I don't know, actually. I don't see any boom booms happening, so looks like those are just SACUs. Still, Team 2 will just not engage. One of the problems, of course, is there's a lot of PD on that shoreline, lots of Ravagers, and it's really making the artillery on board those battleships really work. Most of the cruisers, of course, were dealt with by that bomber that came in. Great bomber, of course. Of course, it died, but it did serve in its cause to not ridicule, but eradicate Team 2's fleet. And that Mavor still pumping out shots. 277,000 mass killed, and most of that fleet is gone. I mean, there's still a decent amount there, to be fair, but there was a lot more a couple minutes ago. Team 2, do you have anything else other than the Paragon being built? No. That's all they got. And it's staying alive. Credit where credit is due. That thing is still alive. But now we have a lot of satellites. All those satellites actually pulled off of Team 2's bases. They'll definitely appreciate that. Going over here, there's 4 under the control of Boraska. 1, 2, 3 under the control of Los Little. So those are 7 satellites online for Team 1. And more on the way. 2 of them being built simultaneously, I might add. And another bomber being built, because why not? He's got to spin that mass somehow, right? Nope, he's actually not stockpiling mass. But those battleships are coming into range shortly of that Mavor. It's not looking good for those shielding. You got to get the shields online. You got to keep them online, and just got to hope and pray and cross your fingers, close your eyes, count to 13. I don't know. Wish for a miracle, something like that. AFK start play, says Little said Little. I have no idea. I can't say one way or the other. Hey, look, there's a Neptune. Will the Neptune survive much longer? No would be the answer to that question. It gets not necessarily one tapped, but it gets annihilated. And they are producing them very quickly. Sui is like, not Sui, sorry, Little. Keep confusing those two for some reason. Ripping apart those battleships. Needs to get the lasers, of course, in range. They do lots and lots of damage. T1 torp bombers, T1 torp launchers trying to be built. Shields are holding, barely, but they're holding. We have ASFs from Team 2 hanging out down here. That is definitely, I will admit, not the place to sit. Strap bombers are stacking up once again for Team 2's light oak tan player of Prig. And that Paragon is still in the red. So I don't know if it's being used as a distractionary tool by Team 2 to be like, hey, we're building a Paragon. You got to go after it. Focus on this and not the everything else that we're building kind of thing. But look at those battleships being ripped apart piece by both naval and low orbit laser weapons. Lasers OP. Lasers OP. We'll say it here now, folks. Oh, those are T3 Solaces and those are T3 Revenants. Are they going to run rough shot for those bombers, I wonder? They're inbound. Yeah, they're going to essentially not mask themselves as strap bombers, but given they're the same shape and they have the little tick marks at the bottom, that is not good for Team 1. But Team 1's Little Sid Little does move in some ASFs, and he knows that some of them are bombers, so actually they're all bombers, just depending on the variety. But he actually ignores the Solaces. Good move there from Team 1's Little Sid Little. He saw the deception and went, nope. And there go the bombers. Great move. Solaces, of course, can't do anything because they're water-based, not land-based. Nuke building back here for Team 1's Boraska. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 satellites online. The Mavor is standing. And some taunts in Russian from Analyze Noob. And now the satellites traverse their way back over to the east edge of the map. Of course, there are some satellites still overhead, but most of the threat has been dealt with by Team 1. And I think a good idea would just be to go after the T3 naval headquarters at this point and just get rid of it. Lots of explosions going down here in the northeast. Lots of SACUs running for their lives. A couple of Rambo presets being like, no, you're not existing anymore. Sorry, bye. And I think it's funny that they, of course, kind of, oh, that wrong button, kind of remind me of Titans. I think that's the idea. They have shields. They fire pretty quickly. And not looking good for Team 2's northern side. That is not good. And, of course, stacking up next to one another, also not a good strategy because you get that cascade happening, and it's not good. Do not tell me the Mavors are shooting at the SACUs. Do not tell me that is what's happening. That is what's happening right now. 54 minutes on the clock, and Team 1's Seraphim player, who has a UEF game ender, is targeting SACUs already targeted for elimination by Team 1's other SACUs, because why not at this point? I think with those SACUs nearby, Team 2's hopes for a Paragon are going to go the way of the dodo and extinct. Look at all that naval pressure just eliminated. It was... I believe, possibly, that if Team 2's Chevy Crimson player of Dushka had sent in all of those units all at once and just tried to go after the Mavor, he probably could have got it, or at least gotten very close. Because his battleships were very, very close to that Mavor, but that's just one of those missed opportunities. You don't really know kind of thing. You take the risk, do you not take the risk? I did love the play from Overwolf, though, just building the tac snipe. Great move there. Of course, it didn't kill off the Mavor as it could have done had it had maybe a couple more missiles. But, I mean, when you build that many missiles, you maybe hope that it'll break through kind of thing. Yeah, I love how there's just a Colossus sitting here going after T3 land facilities up here. Robert over here just cleansing the rest of the red structures here for like Bossa. He still has some SACUs hiding over here. There's an avenue straight down the middle as well that they cut. And those SACUs got to move because that fat boy is not going to let them build a shield. So might as well go after this. Paragon is in the 50% department. Wow, words are hard today. Another air fight over the top of Team 2's Navy. Just going to full send it after some... Oh my goodness, that's a lot of strat bombers. Oh, sorry there. Oh, yeah, those ASFs are hunting those Revenants. And if they can get them, that's going to be another devastating blow to Team 2's firepower. Oh, there they go. They're catching up. There's some AA on board, but there's not a lot. The Revenants are now not feeling good today. Lots of SACUs dying. Nice strats. Says analyze them, adding insult to injury at that point. Oof. Oofda. That's tons of mass just gone. Wiped off the face of the map there. And I don't think there's any breaking of the shielding for now here for Team 1. There's so much mass for him to still scoop up with all of these structures from his teammate of Analyze Noob. It is a 3v5, still in favor of Team 2. Nuke is outbound. How is that Paragon doing? It is almost in the green. It's making its way over there. Nuke is inbound. Is there an SMD? No, there's not. Well, that is just going to be a slow death as it just traverses its way across the map. Okay, it's already halfway over there. It's making its way. That's about 75 roughly percent of the map now. The SACUs are having an exodus over there. There go the shields. The shields are down. The satellites steal the kill from the nuke, but it doesn't matter. Kaboom! Everything else is gone. Team 2's last main hope of coming back in this game are dashed to pieces. Is dashed to pieces. I can English good, I promise. And now we have the UEF creep in the Neptune department. There's not much that Team 2 has remaining. A couple of chickens, though, being built in the water. That's a good move. There's a lot of AA, not a lot of PD down here. That could be an avenue of attack if they're allowed to build, which I don't think they will be at this point. 58 minutes on the clock here. Team 1's looking very poised to win this game, unless something catastrophic happens, like Boraska dying randomly. Not randomly, but you get my point. I should say out of nowhere, not dying randomly. Lots of hives trying to protect this one pigeon, but lots of firepower. I don't recall. Keep wasting time, says Analyze Noob. Trying to taunt his opponent's Com 3, says Foo. Yeah, there's like Bossa, AFK, whole game, Robert. Says Little. Nuke outbound, bomber overhead, running around. Going after, looks like Bossa will drop the bomb on top of his head. Will it kill him? No, it won't. 1,000 hit points remain. ASF's going to come and protect their teammate. And that is a dead... Oh, he drops the bomb. Will it kill him? Yes, it will. That bomber out of the edge, or out the side chute, kills off another player for team, or on Team 2. Nukes landing over here. Nukes land over here. Kaboom. That's a miss. Obviously going after some comms that could be over there. Looks like another comm died over here. Overwolf killed by Little Sid Little. Gets some revenge for his Southern Air player of Analyze Noob. And there goes Marsh. Oh, that's another kill here for Team 1. It's now a 2v3. And with that, that's game at this point. There's not much left that Team 2 has besides Duska's couple of Yasau and battleships and the remains of Prigs, Air Forces, and the leg. Lots of explosions happening all around the map now. And I don't think it's long for this world that Team 2 is going to be in it. This artillery was the game-winning move for Team 1. Granted, it got a lot of work done initially and then kind of just fell off for a while, but it put constant pressure on Team 2 to either go for their own game ender or destroy it, which they almost did. Almost, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And horseshoes, if you're familiar with the game Horseshoes, you get points if it's close to the pole. And of course, those familiar with hand grenades, if you're close to your target, it's still going to hurt. And Team 2 loses Prig. It's now a 3v1 game in favor of Team 1. Dushka is the last remaining player. And everything goes boom or pop for Prig. It's just leaving the rest of the naval nonsense to fend for itself. Nuke landing on top of the naval facility. That's just insult to injury at this point. Second nuke launcher was built. Third nuke launcher was built. Just everything is blowing up for Team 2, literally and figuratively. Oh, no, not the broadswords. No, not the... Oh, that's team kill. That's friendly fire damage. I shouldn't say team kill. That's friendly fire damage. Oh, and there goes Team 1. Gets the last kill in there and calls it a day. 1 hour, 3 minutes, 34 seconds. Team 1 wins the game, and the MVP for this game goes to Baraska. Just did amazing work with the everything that he had. Of course, the only thing that could have been a little bit better is, you'll probably know the complaint: more shields, more shields, more shields. You almost lost the Mavor. If it wasn't for those bubble shield UEF SACUs, that thing probably would have blown up and not have been a good day for you. You probably would have been able to recover, but it would have taken a while. So more shields, more shields, more shields, more shields, more shields, more shields, and more shields. But anyway, let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment or critique or whatever of the game was, whether it's for me or for these players. Thank you so very much for watching to the very, 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 very end of this 1 hour plus video. Thank you so very much. And I will see each and every single one of you in the next one.